Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well. I am very intrigued for today's video because it is going to be a continuation on what has been happening with Jojo Siwa and Jojo Siwa, known enemy of the channel. But anyway, what she did to these kids and her mother, Jessalyn Siwa, was really disgusting. If you want a full recap, I would go and watch my other one because the video we're going to be reacting to today is 8 minutes long, so I want to get right into it. I saw the first bit of this and I said I need to stop, I need to pause, and I need to watch this with my muckers. So, as we're aware, Jojo Siwa and her mother created this girl group of these children, and basically the children were treated really awfully, really disposably, and it was just a really bad situation to put children in, specifically when Jojo has talked about her bad experiences, being a child star and on Dance Moms. It just seems like she used her platform to replicate that and give other children the same upbringing that she had of competitive, feeling like shit, being overworked. And this family in particular, the Sandersons family, we focused on in the Rolling Stones article. I would go and watch that if you want to get the full rundown. I don't know what we're going to hear here. I hear that it's pretty bad. The daughter and the mother did an Instagram live where they answered questions. They talked more about what Jojo and her mother put them through. And I want to just get into it. So, do you like? All right, let's get into it. Okay.
Same time.
Dallas, you can say.
Okay, Dallas. And so we were doing our sound check and we were getting absolutely screamed at, and mind you, there's how many people watching, and we come off of the stage, she keeps stopping the music.
So again, this is the rehearsal for the XOMG girl group that Jojo and her mother created, and as we're aware, it seems that this was Jojo Siwa giving her mother something to do because Jojo Siwa wanted to kind of transform into this new edgy, mature era. So she gave her mother something, which was focusing on ruining the upbringing of more children by pushing them to the starlight and treating them like shit. The Siwa family really are a hit, aren't they? A hit. Yeah!
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally about to go off the stage and throw up. And then
No, she did.
I had to run to the bathroom, and it was so bad. And yes, I will get to that, guys, in a second about the headsets. But we get off stage and she goes, you say this part because I don't want to say
what?
Imply a bad word, so you say it.
Oh honey, we love bad words over here. We love them. Hit us with it.
I don't know what you...
When we got off stage, what Jess said to us.
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. About you guys.
Oh, she said you guys effing suck?
Yeah.
She said with her chest, you guys fucking suck. We love the swear words over here. We love them over here.
Yeah, she said they effing sucked. And then
She said, you guys owe me $500,000.
No, $200,000. Oh. No, $200,000.
$200,000, something along those lines, because she thought that we didn't do good in...
So again, all we're hearing from this, and there's other members that have left this group as well, it just turned into shit, that basically, Jojo and her mother were just overworking these kids for no reason. The little passion project of Jojo and Jessalyn. But also that they were, when the girls were being pushed to their limit, they were being just verbally shouted at and just overall treating children like shit. And if there's one thing we're going to talk about on this channel is how children in the media need to be protected. And that goes on screen, off screen. It hurts, I think, all of us to know that when you watch these young groups of kids, there are so many kids that are telling their parents, I want to be a part of that. And this is what this story is. And then the mother worked so hard to keep the daughter a part of the group. And it ended up being the worst experience of both of their lives. And then it's when kids go to watch these concerts of these kids and they're like, Mommy, I want to do that. And you don't know that these kids are going through it at the hands of the greedy rich.
Our
rehearsal,
and so she was degrading us, saying, you owe me this money for this performance, and obviously we didn't, but
and then the little girl that we mentioned earlier that was having issues with breathing, she'd been to the doctor, she'd had breathing treatments, she was really struggling to breathe. The Minnesota air is hard, I guess, if you have lung issues. It was so cold. and she'd been to the doctor already, and they were threatening to kick her out of the performance. She was screaming and crying into her mic. People were all
so
around.
Bad. There were so many people screaming, crying, and they're just like, we're not going to do it with her. And we were like, mind you, all of us.
The moms are like, please, Jess, please talk to JoJo, because JoJo was the one not wanting to let her do
JoJo
it.
was the one that was trying to just kick her out of the whole group.
And we were like, Jess, please, just please
Jess
talk to her. Because the moms, we didn't want to lose another girl. We cared about her, and we knew she was struggling. And,
Sorry, all the comments are saying Jessalyn Lee Miller, referencing Abby Lee Miller. But also that as well is crazy that you can overwork these kids so much with non-stop rehearsals, not giving them proper breaks, allegedly. And then when they start to break down, you're then like, oh, fuck off out of the grip. And then taking the dreams from them when you're actually the ones that have been overworking them and profiting off of them. This goes so much further than just rehearsals and sound check. This is merchandise with these kids' faces on it that who's profiting? JoJo and her mother.
I thought, oh gosh, well, Leah's next because she's over there puking, but she's trying her hardest. All the dads were there. The dads were flipping out because they'd never seen their girls be treated like that before, and we're telling them to shut up.
They cannot do that because we have no NDA, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah. And all of this is true.
It's all, there's receipts.
Yeah, so all of this is true.
And so that was the most grueling experience ever. And what would always happen is Jess would go, you moms, you better go yell at your kid and tell them what they're doing wrong. And my mom, obviously, my mom is tough on me. If I'm not doing what I need to do, she will tell me. She's straight up with me. But also she's supportive and knows what's right for me and what's not. And so a lot of the times whenever she would tell us, she would say, go to your moms and y'all need to yell at your kids and tell them what they're doing right. And y'all better get this all together, whatever. And she'd be like, just keep your head up. It's okay. Because
I would try to look like I was getting on to her. I mean, if she needed gotten on to, if she wasn't trying hard, then I would. But 85, 89% of the time, she was doing the best she possibly could. And so
And also, we're talking about children here and pushing children to the limit and then being disappointed when they can't work like adults or even exceed whatever you want from them. Also, just getting other parents to scream at their kids is so fucking weird, or demanding that they do, and that's not good enough if you don't. What the fuck is going on?
Just act like I was getting onto her about just you got this, just keep going, it's okay.
And at Mall of America, I know some of our dads were there too, and I think that was starting a breaking point because it was, our dads were like, what? And so they were telling us to go. We had a long conversation with our parents and saying to yell at us and tell us what we were doing wrong. And then we kept doing the dance. And literally, mind you, after we did this, we had to run it probably, girl, I'm not even being dramatic, probably close to 20 times because
that was what I was thinking.
She kept stopping it and kept going on, and then we would do the whole thing, and then we'd have to go do the whole thing again. We're sweating in these big costumes. There's 300, 200 people watching us. She's yelling at us, screaming at us, and then at the same time,
you're puking.
I'm puking.
Dallas can't breathe.
It's
late at night.
It's late at night, and then
10 o'clock at night.
I couldn't even walk after we finished. My dad had to carry me to the room because that's how bad I was feeling. And so the next day we were very, very it was very nerve-wracking. We were all so nervous. One girl actually puked backstage right before we went on. And
again, it's just this Mall of America thing. It's very much so when Britney Spears would go out and promote Baby One More Time, and she would perform Mall of America for all the kids. This even more so because it's kids performing for kids. So it's an attainable goal for kids when they see other kids performing, being like, I want to do that. Which is obviously the machine that JoJo and Jessalyn Siwa want to continue making. But the fact they've been so silent after all of this has been exposed screams guilty. And it's by the way, I never once doubt, I'm aware that we say allegedly here and there and stuff, but I don't doubt any of these stories against JoJo or her mother, because they're those people that you understand it. And with the way that JoJo talks and carries herself, I 100% believe anything that comes out against her. And it's just really disheartening, and things like this do need to be called out, because the protection of kids then lies on people choosing to speak about this or not choosing to speak about this. And it's important to continue highlighting the issues of child exploitation, or child, you know, I don't want to say that word, but just pushing them so far to the limit in which you're breaking their bodies, and they're kids. And then again, who's all of this for? The kids are being promised stardom, but at the end of the day, the only people really making money on this are JoJo and her mother. And it's like, I mean, if they can sleep at night knowing that they're making money but doing this at the hands of kids, then, I mean, that says a lot about them.
Nerves were high.
The nerves were so bad because we didn't know how this was going to go because of the night before. And we knew that we were giving it our absolute all. And so, but it wasn't good enough.
No.
And so we go on stage, and we have these little in-ears. I've talked about it before. And we hear a voice in the middle of our performance saying, "You guys, the energy is low. Y'all are sucking. Come on, guys. What are y'all doing?" Like, all of these things. She's like, "It's sloppy." And we're trying to sing to, like, how many thousands of people that are at the Mall of America,
it's
trying
full.
to be a big performance. There's people up there. There's people down there, over there, over there. We're trying to cater to everybody. We're trying to sing live and dance full out. And then we hear this voice in our heads. Like, how does that affect a person? Like, when you're literally performing for thousands of people.
But also to children. And again, for the kids in the audience being like, "Oh, I would love to be that close to JoJo. I would love to." And you don't know that, like, JoJo's screaming in these children's ears, or JoJo's mother is screaming in these ears. And it's like, again, this expectation on children, it just looks like what JoJo went through with Abby Lee Miller. She will not rest until she gives children that same experience, and her mother even more so.
And so that was so bad. And then after we got off stage, our moms are like, "Y'all did so good. Y'all did so good. Like, it was really good."
A big moment.
And then Jess text JoJo and ask her, "How was it?" And you want to know what she said?
Sloppy.
She said it was sloppy. No good. Like, it was sloppy.
And we were all so proud of them. It was a huge performance.
Even Jess
was proud of
us. And JoJo goes, "No, it was sloppy." And to think, like, yes, of course, there was probably things we could have done better. I know there's absolutely things that I could have done better. It was our first time.
You were children.
We still are. I'm still a child.
Yeah.
But this was our first time singing 6 or 7 songs, dancing full out, singing live in front of all of these people.
After all of that harsh rehearsal time as well, important to note.
It was your first really
huge concert
that had more than one song.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you performed to more people than that, but it was just one song. Like, on JoJo's tour, there were thousands of people, but it was one song. The Children Family Emmys, it was one song. You know,
exactly.
This was the first time that y'all had performed 6 songs. You'd never even performed 2 songs back to back.
Yeah, no.
Know?
And so...
that's not true. There was some Kids Con, y'all did a couple of songs.
Oh, yeah, but, like...
Kids Con, y'all did more than one song, yeah.
But, so yeah, that's basically what happened, and it was sloppy, guys. Sloppy. Like, yes, there's things we could have done better, but there's all...
Whoa! Sorry. That ending noise will never not get me on TikTok. You can be watching the saddest TikTok, and then the end will be like... Broom! Again, this just is a story of what you should not do. And it's like, if you're going to treat people like this, specifically kids, don't get into the industry where you're at the hands of giving them trauma. And to think that these kids came off this performance where they're overworking themselves during the rehearsals, like we just heard, and then they're coming off stage probably really, really, really excited. They're being told by their parents, "You just did an amazing job." And they probably did an amazing job. Just for JoJo to be like, they're sloppy and, like, screaming in the ears and stuff. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It just is like, again, if you're going to treat children like this, don't get into the entertainment space in which you are dictating their future and holding this, you know, star power over them. Like, I can make you a star. Because there's so many people that go into the entertainment industry as children and then don't want to be in the entertainment industry because people abuse the fact that people are children. to get the most out of them, overwork them, and it's wrong. I appreciate the Sanderson family continuing to speak out, and I'll be doing my best to highlight whatever they have to say. I'm sending my love to all of them, and I know it's hard to speak out when you're young, and I know it's hard also to speak out with a family member there. That opens you up a lot more, and that can be a lot more intense than just coming out yourself. So I'm sending the mother and Leah all the love. And Jojo, just, if anything, just learn something from this and stop doing this. And Jess Lynn as well, like, stop it. Pull back on it. Just don't do it. If this is what, like, and if you can be exposed in this way and still not learn anything from it, you're just pure ignorant. Muckers, let me know your opinion. I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.